Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and start popping off some panels to show you how to route wires for your rear view camera for the Cadillac CTS. This is the 2012 CTS sedan. Yours may be similar, other model years, and cars for that matter. You know, this might work on other cars. So I used this and I basically pried up each one of these. 1, 2, 3, one in the middle, 4, 5, 6. And now to remove this, what you gotta do is you've gotta actually push this in, pry it up a little, and then pull it off. Just like that. Cause see, there's a little thing that gets hooked in that notch there. So yeah, and now I'm gonna figure this thing out. I went ahead and used a flathead to remove these. You could use a flathead or anything else that you could pry under there. And then there's 2 bolts. The 2 bolts are 9/32, right? So 9/32. I'm gonna remove that, and that should be the last thing. And then I could pull this entire liner off. And just like that, the handle, one solid piece, comes off. There you can see where it was, and now I can just pull this off. I'm seeing this for the very first time, and there it is. So let me go ahead and run these wires from the top side down and see what we end up with. It looks like this. Let me back up, let me move in. So it looks like this wire right here, it's wrapped in tape, and this is what leads to the outside where we want to get to, where the wires are plugging into the outside bulb. And so I'm gonna do that and then show you what's next. All right guys, it looks like this is not gonna fit the CTS. It's way too big, so I'm gonna have to order a different camera. So I will get back to you guys in a bit. So I'm back, and I got the Atato cam instead. And so basically what it looks like I'm gonna have to do as a point of easy entry, I'm gonna use a grinding disc, my Dremel disc, and I'm just gonna grind out something out of the corner, like a little slot. So I'm gonna do that right now and then show you guys the results. So you can see the grinding disc that I use in the background, and that's the little slot that I made on the corner. So you see just right there, and that's gonna be enough to let our wire in and complete this job. I was able to stick the RCA and the power plug through that little hole on top. Let me show you. There's like a little, I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can. Let me get, well, just trust that it's there. You see where those 2 wires are leading? Like going that way, those 2 wires, 1, 2. There's a hole down there. I was able to get the RCA and the power plug through there. So you can see I tried to put it in there and it ended up damaging the wire a little bit, so I didn't like that. So I'm gonna grind it a little more and make sure that the wire doesn't get damaged, and I might even cover part of it with heat shrink, just to make sure there's extra protection there. I put some electric tape around the wire. I made the slot wider, and that's to me as good as sealed. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about water or anything, but I'll just check up on it just to make sure everything's all right, but I think we'll be all right. And there's the other side wrapped in electrical tape, and I just, you know, put it there alongside with the thing, so that way the cutting edge of the metal doesn't do any damage to the wire. So yeah, so I'm gonna give you the rundown. I basically used these lighter brown tie wraps so they're easy to locate in the future, and connected everything, and then I ran the ground wire right here to this bolt. I wrapped it around. It was easy. I believe that's to the outer brake light, the center brake light. I went ahead and heat shrunk this reverse wire. I'm not going to be using it on either end, so that's what I'm going to do, and tie that off. Then I just tied everything off, trying to keep it OEM. I unwrapped this, unwrapped all of that. I pulled this off, and I basically, you know, added this wire and then rewrapped it, and then I got tie wraps, and it's around the back, so you can't really see. It looks clean, you know, and you know, it's quick. You guys don't have to do too much there. And then now I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna put the back ceiling panel back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and as you can see, popped off this panel. So I had to pop off this one with this tool, pop off that one. Basically there's a little thing here that unscrews. You unscrew that, just comes right out. And then you're gonna be tempted to try to take this whole back piece off, but I just went ahead and, you know, I found a way to just pull it out, and I'll realign it later. So that allows you to do this, right? And then you can see, yeah, the main harness is going all the way back there, but it's almost, unless you got a big huge stick and you're doing a lot of poking, it's gonna be hard to get anything there. I'm gonna try and see what I can come up with. Oh yeah, and guys, I had to also pull off this panel as well. So yeah, this wire goes down and curves that way. So you can basically just follow the lead, and then you'll see it comes. I've just put it there for the meantime. And I found a location opening down in the center down there, which comes out to the back seat where it can be ran, and I'll show you all of that coming up. So I'm gonna show you where I ran the wire. So basically you're gonna reach your hand around here, and then you're gonna like slide your hand down the back wall this way, down at an angle. And then as you're sliding down with your other hand, I need to hold the camera. With your other hand, you're gonna go ahead and feel for your fingers, like right under here, right? You know, you can, feel around, but it's in this area right here. And so you're gonna feel for your fingers from the other side, and then you'll feel that little opening. And then, let me see if I can find it. So as you can see, the wire, you see that's the camera wire, that's where it's coming from right there. So I ran it, and then I tucked it up under the seat like that, right? I tucked it up under, and I'm running it. I put it behind the seat belt, right behind the seat belt. Kept tucking it, and then of course running it along from the back to the front, and then underneath the glove box. You can tuck it all around, and then of course the wire goes up that way into the unit. And that's how you run the wire, guys. Here we are, and it's confirmed I already got signal. This is the rear camera wire from the Atato S8, and then into the Metra kit. This is the green purple or purple green wire. You'll see the special wire that they'll mention. Let me get the instructions real quick. If you look down here, it says green purple reverse wire. So if you got the Metra kit, green purple reverse wire. This is for the analog amplifier. It might be the same for the other ones. You're gonna use that wire, and it's already confirmed. I shifted in the reverse, and it switches. If I hit rear camera live view, it shows all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together. I wired the positive into the accessory like they said for the camera, and everything's good. And I'll show you how it looks once it's all together. Hey guys, so before I conclude the video, I just want to show you that where I hooked up the ground wire here, I took it off. Apparently it's not needed. The head unit already grounded the RCA, and so it was already grounded. So I wrapped the ground wire up because there was a leak in the trunk. I don't know if it was from this, but when I tightened it back up properly, the leak went away. So don't do that. It's gonna be grounded. If it isn't, find another ground. But yeah. Also, I remounted the camera at a more downward angle. I didn't like the license plate mount because it was just too high and I couldn't see my bumper. I would rather have it serve a purpose of, properly guiding me and preventing me from hitting stuff. So I went with this mount, and as you can see, that's where it would normally go on the Cadillac. There's a little square there. I didn't screw it in yet. I used a super strong double-sided 3M adhesive tape, and so basically I did it to test it out, see if I liked it, and so I will be screwing it in there. And so yeah, let me show you how it looks turned on. Here we are, and now let's activate the rear cam. So this is in live camera view where it stays on all the time. As you can see, it's coming through nice and clear. There's no buzzing or any distortion from the ground wire being run through the RCA. If you have any interference or distortion, maybe you might just want to ground it, but I'm coming in good, so I'm just gonna leave it. And so let me show you what happens, guys, if we go back to the home screen. Okay, and now if I shift it into reverse, and now you can see at the very bottom, you can barely see it. You can see the edge, but that's my bumper. So the very bottom here is my bumper. And so I like this view. And not only that, I'm parking much better, much more accurately, and you know, not worrying about as much of my bumper hitting anything. So go ahead, subscribe, like, comment. If I did anything wrong, could have done anything better, let me know, comment below. I appreciate it, guys. Support the channel, and as always, until next time, I will see you later, and thank you for watching.